Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing great. I have just been having fun with some of these Lawn Fawn stamps and having a look at all the new goodies in the shop. I'll just give you guys a minute here. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. It's a beautiful day here in Calgary, and I'm going to go out for a little walk a little bit later and take Coco for a little walk. And otherwise, I have been getting caught up on lots of things that I need to do. Hi, Darlene. Make sure we've got everything in the screen here. All right. Hi, Janice. How are you guys today? We have lots of new stuff in the shop. We're getting ready for Scrapaganza, which is in Calgary at the Thorncliffe Greenview Community Center in September. So we've got that posted on our Facebook page. We have a Calgary Scrapaganza Facebook group. So be sure to check it out if you're in the area. Hi, Sandy. And you can come and crop. I think there's a few seats left. Or you can come and shop. You can either buy your pass online right now and you will get in for both days for the price of one, or you can buy it at the door as well. It's sunny but windy in Statler. Yeah, it was last night. It was really windy and cold. It felt very fall-like, and I'm looking forward to fall because I like fall, but I'm not quite ready for cold weather. Hi, Angela. How are you doing? So I've got some fun things to show you today, and then I thought we would um, just play a little bit with one of the Lawn Fawn stencils and stamps and just see where that goes. So I'm going to move these things a little bit so I can show you them kind of in order. There are so many gorgeous things. Anyway, my train of thought before I got off the train was we are getting ready for Scrapaganza, and so Sandy has ordered in lots of new goodies. So this is kind of you're seeing them first. If you are going to shop and want them brought to the show, you can do that. And that way, you don't have to feel like you have to rush. Um, but there's going to be so many fun things. This Art and Creative Studio. So this is Katie. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I know I will butcher it. Katie Pertiet. Probably wrong. Anyway, Katie. She used to do a lot of stuff with 49 and Market, and she has kind of branched off on her own now. It is gorgeous, like just beautiful stuff. So let's look at that first, and then we'll kind of move on from there. But this stuff is like really, really pretty. I'm always thinking about Christmas. Hi, Julie. Hi, Marlo. All year round. We have lots of Christmas stuff, and now it seems like it does come out a little earlier, so we have lots to choose from. You don't have to wait till last minute to kind of feel like you have to get your Christmas cards done. I like doing Christmas cards in the summer, and when it's not super busy, then I can get them done, and then I can also enjoy kind of doing them. Whereas if I wait till a little later in the season, sometimes it's just making some batches and kind of doing them quickly to get them out. Hi, Jennifer. So I think now is a good time to pick up any Christmas stuff that you see that you're like really inspired to use. This would be beautiful for any albums if you want to scrapbook last year's Christmas or just kind of get things ready. They're really pretty. So this one is the Season of Joy Solids paper pad. And you can see it has these really beautiful distressed colors. And I love the colors that they chose. So they do have some red and greens, but then they also have like navy, teal. We've got like some different shades of green, a black gray, and there's 6 that are double-sided. That shows you the colors on each side. There's 4 of each sheets. That's a really good deal. So 24 sheets of this cardstock type paper. This is going to be a really great, I think, for card bases or bases for your layouts or, stuff that you want to match your photos and your patterns. So I think for cards or scrapbooking, this would be beautiful. Hi, Tamara, how are you? This one is the Season of Joy paper pad. So this one is the solids. This one is the patterned paper. And you get another 24 sheets. You can see the designs. There's 12 double-sided designs and you get 2 of each, which is nice because then, if you love both sides, you have 2 sheets of each and you can um, not feel like you're sad if you use one side and not the other. So these are really, really beautiful. And it looks like they have a cut apart one. And of course they match the solids. And then we have a bunch of other stuff here. So let's pull this out and look at it. Laser cuts, which you've got 107 laser cut pieces. These are beautiful for layering or for adding, to card fronts. Really pretty. So you just punch these out. It's almost like a wood feel, and they're just really, really nice. You can pop them up or glue them down. You've got lots of different options. They've got sentiments in there. Hi, Azra. Hi, Jenny. And then we've got, let's see. Oh, we've got the decoupage paper. So this is really pretty, like a tissue paper almost. This is great for if you've got some like matte medium and you're placing it on, gluing this on something, whether it's home decor or, albums. This is going to be really pretty. There's 12 sheets in here. And layering is really nice with these. Then we have a stencil. This is a beautiful poinsettia. This is called Seasonal Blooms. Here's a look at that stencil. So it looks like you can stencil the main image, and then you've got these leaves and berries that you could add in or do them kind of randomly. The bug car cutout. Yes, isn't that great? Like it's so fun. And you could use this for more than just Christmas, right? But it is really cute. Like, look at this little Santa. He's just adorable. And then the stamps, anyway, so cute. So you've got a stencil there. Then we've got rub-on transfers. And these you can see, like the colors match beautifully with these papers. Really pretty. So this is again that Season of Joy collection, and then you've got the little stick, or you can use like a bone folder. Again, that cute Santa, uh, really cute. Yeah, the laser cuts are really great. And then I love how they've got kind of the little splatters around, so you can put that on. You've got a clear background, and so you're going to be able to put that on, whether it's on a white background or directly on your paper. And again, you've got that adorable Volkswagen bug there. And that deer is so nice. And then look at all these sentiments. So you could just trim those apart, add them wherever you want. And there's 2 sheets of each. And then we have the small 6x8 paper pad. So there's 24 sheets in here, which is great if you feel like you want to make an album perfect for the 6x8 album. If you want to do cards and use this for cards, that's perfect too. And they have various, backs and fronts, and then they've got different cut aparts there, which are beautiful as well. So then we have the ephemera pack, and here's all the ephemera. So this is all cut out for you, and that is a look at it there. Isn't that beautiful? They have so many sentiments. I love that. The small images and the rub-ons. Yeah, Debbie, you're right, because sometimes you do get, like, you've got the large one here, but you've also got different options with the smaller as well as the smaller ones here. And then the ephemera, fabulous. So nice. I love the sentiments, whether you're adding them on cards or if you're adding them kind of under your photos. And then you've got the larger sentiments here. So this is called page makers. So I'm thinking this is geared more towards having or doing a scrapbook page. It's got kind of the little splatters here, so it looks that vintage look, but very, very pretty. And then you have frames here, sentiments, you've got the hearts, and then all of these titles. So this would be a really great one if you're doing lots of layouts or an album to have, I think. Love those titles. 6x8 also works perfectly with the Elizabeth Craft dies. I can't talk. You are right, Debbie. Yeah, those, are you talking about I can't even remember what they're called now. Planner pages? They do work great with that. And yeah, definitely a must for the sentiment ephemera. This is a clear stamp. Look how beautiful this is. This would make such a nice card background. If I would stamp this in like, all different colors, red and green and black, and have maybe a set of cards, that would be really nice to give away. And then you could simply just add like a little piece of ephemera and a sentiment on here, and you would have such a gorgeous background. Yeah, I love those planner pages too. So then we have some dies. These are Happy Holidays, and that's a look. It's really beautiful, fine die there. So you're going to, put them on. I would put them probably on cards more so, like if you had this on here, but you can always add this to your scrapbook pages, of course. And then you've got the ho ho ho, which would be cute with that little Santa that we saw and the rub-on or the ephemera. They're so nice and detailed. And then you've got season's greetings as well. Really nice combination of fonts that they have for those. Very pretty. And they have enamel dots as well in these colors that's going to match the collection. Very pretty. Loving that kind of orangey red and the blue and the teal. So pretty. So that is a look at the Arden Creative Studio. And then we have 3/4 designs. Yeah, it is beautiful. The stamp for mark making would be really pretty, Jenny. Yeah, you can just put on, you don't have to stamp the whole thing. You can stamp it in various areas. It would be really pretty. This one is the Eclectic Clockwork Collection. So this, I mean, 3/4 designs have gorgeous paper packs. This has 10 12 by 12 double-sided papers, and then you have designs printed on the back of the covers. They always have really nice designs that you can cut out. And then you've got strips with photo mats, elements, words, and die cut sheets of elements. And they always put on layouts that you could create. So they give you sample ones which is so nice. So you can, if there's, ones you particularly like, you just look through, grab the elements that are in here and layer them, and they look gorgeous. I found that using this has been, I've done some 3/4 designs in the past, and it is such a quick and easy layout because they have this gorgeous background already completed. And then you have your elements that you can cut out or pop out, and you're just layering them on. And this would also be really nice for a masculine paper. Like you can see how beautiful it is with those browns and the blues and grays. So I think lots of different, you can use this for anything really. I love that they have the text in there and then all these clock elements as well. Very nice. You must go shopping. Yes, Debbie. Then we've got Santa Paws. So we had, I don't know if this is different or same as last year. These went so quickly, and I think we had them maybe brought some in or similar one in to Carnival in the spring. And I had made a bunch of cards with the cat ones, and they just like sold out like crazy. These are really, really cute. So what you do is you punch them out and then you layer them with like some foam tape. And then you've got this adorable little 3D dog. It just goes together so quickly. And it's really, really cute for cards or scrapbook pages. I had made some cards with the little cats, and I mean, you could just use any kind of Christmas sentiment that you have in your stash. You could use something from that set. Actually, the colors go really nice with this. Now that I'm thinking about this, like look how the teals, how nicely this matches. This would be really cute. Add in a little sentiment, and you have the cutest cards ever. And who doesn't like a cute puppy? Yeah, so cute. Once you put one together, it's like, oh, these are cute. So cute. All right, we also have, oh, All and Create came out with, of course, some gorgeous things. So this is the first time I've seen the paper. They may have had paper out before, but um, it is really pretty. Let's see here. Seasoned Trails is what this is called. And you can see a look. It looks like it's kind of goes through the season. You've got 10 double-sided papers. And so you have the winter, that looks wintry. There's like a spring one in there. That is really pretty. This background with the clouds. So being the 6x8, those are always super easy. It's A5, so it's 5.8 by 8.3. So these are always super easy to use in mini albums or cards, or you can definitely use them on scrapbook layouts. There's so many using 6x6 paper pads on Pinterest ideas, and you could totally convert this to that. All right, Jenny's coming right back. Then we have the 6x6 paper, same thing, but in a smaller scale. So that is gorgeous. So pretty. And then what I really like is look at these papers that have like the worn kind of wallpaper distressed look. That would be more of what I would use. I love these. I mean, the scenes are beautiful. And I think a scene makes a really quick and easy card, put a sentiment on it. But if you're going to do a few more layering things, I would totally use the other side of them. Then we've got, oh my goodness, we have this paper again, but it's in an A6 size. So that's 4.1 by 5.8. So you could use these for card fronts for sure. Those are so cute. Love that. What a great size. I love that they've done it in different sizes because there's so many different things you can use. And Sandy has just linked some products there. It should be the link to the Christmas puffs. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Then look at these. Adorable. So we've got stamps. There's 7 stamps in here. And these are these cute little cats. I don't know if you can see them on here. It does give you also some really great coloring ideas. Look at these. The Christmas tree, you've got the little cat peeking up over stuff. Tiny little gnome, adorable. And these hilarious cats. It's just so cute in this all in create style. And that's called Catmas Capers. And then we have, of course, the dog ones. So whether you're a dog person or a cat person, or if you have both, then you can mix and match because there's a cute little hat here. You could definitely put on the cats and you could use the presents with the dogs, or you could combine them. So cute. Look at these little guys. Like they're just so silly and funny. And then the little mouse here, adorable. That's called Snuggle Spark. Then we've got Mary, what is it? Mistletoe. So funny. Like, who would not get a chuckle out of this? Then you have the little ornament that could definitely hang from their ears, antlers. Their antlers. And then you've got the mistletoe and Mary Moose sentiments. They're so funny. We've got the elf maid. This is so cute. The little girl and the little boy elf, and they're getting ready for Christmas. Adorable. And then we've got Rein It In. This is my favorite. These little reindeers dressed in clothes. For some reason, animals with scarves, animals with scarves on. Just kill me. Like, I just love them. They're so cute. And those are a good size. Like that would be so cute on a card. But you could, if you wanted to mix and match them, this gives you an idea of the size. So you could definitely combine them. They could go on one of these scenes that have like the little Christmas stuff on them. Oh, they're so cute, but this is my favorite. Ay, 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 so cute. Then we've got, so I've got 2 more things to show you. I'll show you the album first. Jenny, I think Jenny, did you put this together? This is the 49 and Market Botanical Buzz. It's a kit that you can get. So this is in the shop. And I don't know if you can tell right here, but the laser cut elements are on top, layered. And so you've got this light, beautiful dimension and it has that kind of almost like a wood feel. It's really pretty. And then this beautiful cutout stone there, stone arch. So when you buy the kit, then you get a link to the full video. And the video is done by, I'm pretty sure her name is Janine from 49 and Market. So she's walking you through the whole thing, showing you how to create everything. No, Jenny didn't, maybe Rosie? Did you do it, Rosie, maybe? Or I'm not sure, Rosie might not be on, but somebody put it together. And it's gorgeous. So you get the full video instructions and the full kit. So just kind of a look through. You can add your photos. There's so many beautiful layers. You get all these elements. I love that they put different sizes on in the album. And look at this fence. That's one of those laser cuts. Really pretty. That paper is gorgeous. And then you have the little bees that are popped up. This would be such a lovely thing to make, or if you wanted to take it to a crop or something. Rosie put it together. Oh, perfect. and it was all created by 49 Market. And then she followed the directions to put this together for a sample. We'll have this at Scrapaganza, but if you want to make sure you get it and pick it up, you can purchase that now and pick it up at Scrapaganza. Look at this little like pocket, so cute. She's inked the edges here. That is really adorable. These images that they have are just so pretty. Love it. And I love this kind of tealish green color. They've tucked in this cute little interactive flap here. Look at that. That's so great. And a lot of these ideas, if you put this kit together and then you have other product at home, you can follow kind of the directions and create it with your stuff as well after. That paper is beautiful. Really, really nice. Oh, those are cute. Like little foam stickers. I love the way they've stuck those layers. This is a good way to learn how to layer as well, because they're showing you exactly what to layer, and then you get a better feel for it. And look how pretty, like that paper is torn. I would totally never think to do that, but it looks so great on there. And the little street lamp. There is a lot of pages in here. This would be a beautiful album. You could fill it with pictures from spring or summer, or a wedding would be really nice. Hey, the kits are great to learn from. And it comes with these pocket pages as well. So pretty. This album is gorgeous, like just the album itself, but completed is so beautiful. And I think albums are a really nice thing to give to someone as well. If you create it and then give it to them to put their photos in, like look how pretty this album. So that is Botanical Buzz, and it's in the shop, and then you get the video access. And here is some cute Lawn Fawn stuff. So Lawn Fawn sent some cards here. If there's anything with the new release, because sometimes we don't order the whole release because it's quite large. If there's ever anything that you see that's sold out, or you want to get, just let Sandy know. You can email her or message her through Facebook, and when she's placing her next order, um, she can order that as well. So a look at the stamp sets. Really cute. This Pick of the Patch. This is Pick of the Patch add-on, and the dies. I like that they have this little extra piece that you can put in the center. You can, of course, look through your Lawn Fawn stamps and find the little faces. Would be so cute to add on to these. There's always little faces. And that's a great, I think, just basic fall one that you're going to be able to add to lots. Here is a card that they made, and they used this frame die cut, which I don't have right here. But again, if that's something you're looking for, then you can let Sandy know. This is the mice one that we have here. I'll show you. Here's the little pumpkins that are kind of tucked in behind. So whether you're doing Thanksgiving or fall or Halloween, you can always use those pumpkins, right? Hello, Anna. And then we have this goose, which is so cute. And if you have the book stamps that have come out over the last couple releases, these would go really great with the book stamps too. So this is called Silly Goose. There's a stencil as well as dies, and I love that now they're dies, you don't have to take them apart. So they come apart, the new ones, which is so nice. I mean, I don't mind trimming them apart, but it's an extra step. And if they're already trimmed, it's a nice feature. Here's a card that they made with the Smile You Silly Goose. Looks so cute, the little goose. is popping out there. We've got Mother Goose story time. Adorable. And lots of different birthday sentiments here. Um, Coordinating it with the books. So I think lots of different options for using these. Then we've got the little mice, Halloween mice. I did see that this is sold out, but again, I'm sure that Sandy will probably be ordering some more Lawn Fawn before Scrapaganza. So if it's something you want, let her know. Really, really cute. So here's these cute little mice, the princess. I mean, the princess, a lot of these things you can coordinate again with other stamps that are in your stash. The princess little with the little wand would be so cute, like even for just a little princess card. And then you've got one of the mice holding the treat bucket, the little one who's flying in the air. And I love that they colored this mouse green for to, represent a little witch. So cute. You've got lots of sentiments in different sizes, lots of little ones that they always include that are great for speech bubbles. Then, oh, here's a sentiment add-on that goes with the goose stamp. So lots of punny sentiments that will match that goose one. Here is tiny tag sayings fall. So these ones, there are some tiny tag dies, which you may have already in your stash. And if not, you can just, if you put them on a square or a circle, or if you want to order in the dies, that's an option as well. But these can also go in the speech bubbles. Happy Turkey Day, I love that. But fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, and then you've even just got a thank you card or a thank you sentiment, which is good for any time of the year. It is nice, Janice, isn't it? I appreciate that. Then we have some dies. So we've got cornucopia, which is really fun for, of course, fall or Thanksgiving. And you've got the little grapes that are included. There's other sets that have vegetables. Um, if that's something that you had wanted, these are really cute. I love that they've got this little thing that goes around the cornucopia. So you could make a whole little scene in here depending on what you put in it. And the grapes are included. And then we've got Build a Drink mug add-on, which I am really liking. I feel like maybe I should get this. So this, they've said, wishing you a happy fall. This could work for fall. I like how they put the little heart here and said autumn greetings, which you could totally put any of these sentiments in and then decorate it for whatever season, which would be really cute. They've got little marshmallows. This could even be like on a scrapbook page for summer when you're making s'mores, or you've got the little marshmallows, or you're having hot cocoa in the winter. They have the candy cane, which of course you can use then on anything else. The heart, and then you've got some of these add-ons, which are super cute. And the way they've created this here is that you could easily make a little shaker card. And Lawn Fun is really great for having lots of ideas on their YouTube channel. Check their YouTube channel out for any kind of ideas, or their blog has lots of ideas. And you can have a look at our in our shop too. If you click on the image, most times there's other ideas for cards on that product. Now this is the Knock Knock product. So here you've got this cute little door that opens up. So here's the tree. I love that it's got this stitched kind of wood detail, cuts out the little door that opens up. It does have apples, so cute. And this is your tree detail. So they've cut that out of the fall paper pad. Look how pretty this is. I love the colors. Um, I wouldn't have thought to use the plaid for the tree, but I really like it. So, and then they have the little apples. You could totally tuck the little apples onto there. And then you've got the rectangle door add-on. So I did not look at the website beforehand, but it looks like obviously you can use the rectangle door instead if you want to do that. And here is the knock knock. Who's there? Regular. I mean, you're going to know when you look at these. Sometimes the names of them are just so confusing. This is the tree add-on. And then they've got that little mechanism so that when you open the door, it opens up and you get that. I really am liking this, eh? So cute. Again, Lawn Fawn is so great at describing how to do these that it would be easy to do. So you get everything to do that. There it is there. And then, and so this one here, I feel like this Happy Halloween maybe was an older die because I do have a Happy Halloween, but I'm not sure if it's the same one. And then this little bunny that they've had, they've kind of put it on there, but that's that beautiful, almost like a rainbow fall, but in fall colors, paper in the background. And then they have two new stencils. So this one is the wood grain, always a good choice to have in your stash. There's a better, can see it better. Hi, Linda. And then this one is the Autumn Breeze, and that's a look at that stencil. And so you could place this lots of different ways. And I thought I'd just show you kind of what I did with the stencil. And I'm not going to put a whole card together, but now that I moved everything, I don't know where it is. So this one here is I just added ink to the background. And if I can find, oh, here's my stencil. And then I used Distress Oxides for the background. I used the Solar Paste for those leaves. But I want to show you how this can go on. Maybe let me do it like this. So what I did was inked the background first. I'm not going to do that and make you watch me do that, but it does look pretty. I used Rustic Wilderness. Then I used Shabby Shutters for the next layer. I've got Scattered Straw. Thanks, Jenny. And then on the top, I have the Speckled Egg. So I felt like those were kind of nice fall colors. As well, if you look at that paper pad, if you're not sure what colors to use, you can pull colors from any of the papers, especially that one that's like the multicolor one. Then you know that it's going to go together. Then the other thing that I did was I brought in some colors for the leaves on top. And I couldn't remember whether you could see through the solar paste or not. So I kind of went over it, but some of the stencil moved a little bit. And then I thought, oh, that actually looks really nice. And so I would totally do that idea. So how I did it for this one is I did it more like coming down. You could do it on an angle. You could definitely do it straight up and down, and you could use it either way. Like I think the way the leaves are going, it doesn't matter which way you use it because I had the blue up here. That was kind of like sky in my mind. Oh, thanks, Janice. Oh, yeah, kind of, sometimes it's hard to tell, but that solar piece did look really nice. And then I used my Ranger Heat It tool. and it dried really quickly and it didn't make it bubble and it just looked really beautiful. Yeah, it does kind of look foiled. You're right. It's very pretty. So if let me see, and you can do it across too. But if we wanted, we'll just do it like this again, just because I kind of want to show you what I did with the leaves, and then I'm just experimenting here. So I used Rustic Wilderness. That's what that one is here. And we're just going to kind of do a quick, easy background. And this one, it'll be white in the background, but we could go over it later if you wanted, or lots of different ways that you could use it. And so some parts are lighter and some are darker. And I'm just doing a really quick kind of background. I'm going to grab a cloth just so I don't. I'm just lightly, I'm not too worried about this, but I'm just rubbing some of the ink off. And then we'll do the crackling campfire. And I have a small brush. It's really nice and inky, this crackling campfire. And it's fine even if they blend orange and green make brown. So that's kind of, you're getting the fall colors. So I'm just bringing that in to a few different areas. And then I'm going to do the same, just adding a little bit over here. And then I've got scorched timber, and that's going to also be on our leaf background. But whatever fall colors you wanted, it would look really nice with teal in here as well. And then we'll go over our leaves a little bit and bring a little bit of that brown into the orange. And I think that the way this stencil is, you could definitely even move it and do some more layers. But I mean, that is beautiful like that. Like, look how pretty that is. You see that? I really like that. And then I'm going to give this a little wipe off because we'll use that solar paste, but we're going to move it over a little bit more so we get a little more shading. And Distress inks and oxides clean off so nicely. I'm just being careful so that I don't bend any parts. All right. I had a bunch of face cloths in my linen closet that were just kind of old, and anyway, I've just used them for crafting now, so they're stained, and they are such a good crafting cloth. Okay, then we will take this. So now we're going to, this would be directly on top. If you had a clear or sparkly stencil, I would put it right over top. Thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, I really like that. Even just left like that looks beautiful. But we're going to move it over just a little bit. And that way we're going to get a shadow. And my puppy is not happy about being in the basement. Hopefully you can't hear her. But she's just so unpredictable as to when she decides she's going to bark that I decided it would be safer to put her down there downstairs, but she's in her little crate. She has her blanket and her bone and her food and her water. It's not like she's fallen on hard times or anything. She just thinks she has. And then I'm just smoothing this solar paste over. It is so pretty. This one is the golden hour. If there's any color would look beautiful. And we'll just smooth that on. And then I'm kind of turning the palette knife just to scrape off the excess. And sometimes when I'm using these pastes, I like to just put it on a sponge and sponge it on for a really light application. But I thought it would be nice to have a little bit of texture. And then you do want to rinse this stencil off after, especially if you've got paste on it. Otherwise it gets a little harder to clean. Okay, so that's good. And then we'll pull off the stencil. So that's pretty. And I'm just going to spray it because I was going to grab a bin of water and I didn't. So I'm just gonna give it a really good spray and then I'll clean it after. So that way it won't dry. And then let's give this a little bit of a dry. We didn't put it on too thick, but I love this Heat It tool. Jenny, have you used yours yet? No, Jenny picked one up. It's great, especially if you're doing backgrounds, but it does get hot enough to emboss. So you can emboss with it, and the air seems to kind of diffuse a little bit better. I love it for doing backgrounds. This is just regular white cardstock. Okay, I'm really liking it like this. What do you think? And that gold, you're right, it kind of looks just like it has been foiled. So we won't dry it completely, but let's a look at what it will look like. So both of the backgrounds really pretty. This one, I think you could do whatever you wanted with it. You could just put a sentiment across it. It's still the box. Take that out of the box today. Pull it out and dry something. And then I've got some stamped images, so we won't color them all, but I'll kind of show you with the Distress watercolor pencils. If you haven't used these, they're really nice. Thanks, guys. So to use the pencils, what I usually do is I like, move these over. I like just grabbing the color from the pencil. So I just am getting it a little bit wet. There's lots of ways that you can use these pencils. This one is set number 1, I think. Yes, this is set number 1. I've stamped on watercolor paper and I use the Altenew, what is it called? Let me grab it. Obsidian ink, pigment ink. So it stamps really nicely and it's waterproof. The Ranger archival inks are waterproof as well. And then to color, I usually just add some around the edge, kind of pull some in. You can have a cloth and just dab it off if you feel like you want it a little bit lighter. And it just has, it's a really easy, quick and easy way to color. So if I wanted that pumpkin, that color, and pumpkins are so fun to color because you can do them really any color. This one is set number 2. I'd say these two are probably the ones I use the most, but they all have beautiful colors in them. So we've got, this one is spiced marmalade. And you can always go back and add a little bit extra color around the edges too to add a little bit of shading. It's not going to be perfectly blended because that's just, I don't think, the nature of watercolor. So just have fun with doing it. And doing all kinds of different colors of pumpkins would be really great. Like you could do a rainbow of pumpkins as well. That would be fun. And then I would find a little face in my Lawn Fawn stamps, and I would totally stamp a little face. But it's cute either way. And then this little guy, this is from the Halloween Mice, I think it's called. He's so cute popping out. And even though he is from the Halloween set, I thought you could still use this for a fall set or a fall card, not necessarily Halloween, just because he is in the little pumpkin and he's just, you know, popping out a little bit. There we go. And then the geese, I would probably, let me see here. I would look for more of a gray. Let's see. Or even that milled lavender would look nice. Maybe this, if you want your geese to be white. What color are baby geese? I should probably know that. So this one here is the Lost Shadow. So this is just going to be a really light gray. And if I wanted it to look white, but just a little bit of shading, that's when I would just kind of go around it lightly. It's so simple, Jenny. Hi, Brenda. Here, we'll zoom in a little bit there. A nice water brush that does not, like, water isn't coming out of the brush. It's not dripping out of the brush. I think that is key. And having a water brush that's fairly fine tipped, although this one isn't super fine tipped and it works fine to get little details. I don't know what color baby geese are. This guy's going to be white because normally I would probably look up baby geese. And then I can come back and do his little feet. So then I'm going to cut these out. I wasn't going to do the whole thing, but actually it's really quick. Like you don't have to do too much and you even though I'm not even adding shadows or anything here, there's areas that are darker just because more color goes on there. And so you get like an automatic shading. And then this is Rustic Wilderness. If we were to put these on this card, you already know that this is going to match. That's another thing I like to use the distress products. another way, just coordinating what I'm coloring as well as the background. Oh, I got some green there on the stem. And little mice could be brown or gray. I'll just do a couple more dabs and then come in with the brown for the little stems. They're so cute. Then I'll cut them out, die cut them, and probably add a little bit of stickles. Where's that lost shadow? We'll come back with the lost shadow because I think he just needs to be gray, like a light gray. But you could do darker gray, or like we saw with the little Halloween witch mouse. He was green, or she was green, but I don't think it would make sense to have a green mouse just sitting in a pumpkin on a fall card. And then for little cheeks, so this is fun sugar, that might be a little bit too light. I'm going to go with this picked raspberry, even though it's a little bit, actually not. I'm going to go with saltwater taffy, or worn lipstick would be nice as well. If I don't want to pick up too much pink color for their cheeks, I'll just kind of dab it off on the craft mat, and this is a fairly light one, so it should be fine. But if I only had a red or the dark pink, I would put it onto the craft mat first to make it a little bit lighter. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And they all get rosy cheeks because I think that's cute. I love the way that the Distress pencils, they're soft, like give a really soft look. And then I'll cut those out. I will do something with these backgrounds and I'll post those in the next little while, but I'm really, really liking, especially that. I didn't know if I'd like it on the white, but I really do. So that is a look at all those new fun things. They're in the shop. Have fun browsing and crafting. Hopefully get some time to craft this weekend, or if you're just enjoying the weather and you're getting ready to come to Scrapaganza, then you can kind of start planning for that. But I hope that you have a fun week, and Rosie will be back next week. And thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.